Coming up on OU Nightly, undocumented college students are fighting to keep in-state tuition. Hear from the lawyer representing the students. Plus, airport delays continue across the nation, how Oklahoma airports are affected. And a Norman restaurant is giving a slice of hope to those relying on SNAP benefits. Our team coverage of the government shutdown continues. This is OU Nightly. Oklahoma college students are fighting back against the tuition lawsuit. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Colson Pocock.
And I'm Darby McCormick. The U.S. Department of Justice filed a lawsuit in August. Their goal, take away in-state college tuition from undocumented Oklahoma residents. The
Oklahoma Students for Affordable Tuition are working to keep their in-state tuition. OU Nightly reporter Nikki Womack is live at Buchanan Hall and spoke to the lawyer representing the students. Nikki, what did he have to say about the case?
Colson, Darby, according to Fernando Nunez, who is the staff attorney for the Mexican American Legal Defense and Educational Fund, these students did not know that the tuition increase would happen this semester until they saw their accounts getting hit with thousands of dollars in late September.
Has immediately started implementing the court's order to our clients in their current term, as I explained earlier. And so the court's order, there was nothing to indicate that it was retroactive. And so it should have applied to the future semesters or quarters, not to the current one.
Nunez says the Oklahoma Attorney General Getner Drummond believes that the case is believes that the case has been resolved, and Drummond is against the students intervening. The case is still ongoing and is paused until the government shutdown is over. Reporting live in front of Buchanan Hall, I'm Nikki Womack, OU Nightly.
Thank you, Nikki. Today is day 37 of the government shutdown, and major airports are feeling the effects. OU Nightly's Allie Proctor begins our team coverage on the shutdown. She spoke with airport officials and travelers on the impacts.
Today, hundreds of flights have been canceled due to the Federal Aviation Administration cuts taking place. Multiple airports across the United States will receive fewer flights due to the government shutdown and staffing shortages, leaving many flyers in the unknown.
I have been flying pretty recently, and the government has been shut down for quite a while now, and it's been obvious through like TSA workers. They don't pay them, there's no one working, the lines are long.
FAA's Administrator Brian Bedford says the cancellations relate to air traffic controllers working unpaid for nearly 2 months.
I just know that the cancellations are going to become more numerous as time goes on, and where we're flying out of is directly affected by the cuts. So we might have a ride there, but we don't know if we're going to be able to get a ride back. So
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said it will take time for workers to come back, so it's important to have backup travel plans in place.
So if you know that you have to fly, whether it's business related, just make sure that you're flexible, pack your patience, and stay connected with your airline to make sure that you know what your options are.
According to NBC News, airlines are saying they are doing everything they can and offering refunds to those whose flights have been canceled. Reporting from Oklahoma City, I'm Allie Proctor, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Allie. Uncertainty tonight for over 600,000 Oklahomans who rely on SNAP food benefits. Our team coverage continues as OU Nightly's Julia Roberts shows us how Othello's Italian restaurant is stepping up during difficult times.
We are working on being able to do another meal giveaway next week.
A Norman restaurant is stepping up to help families in need as the government shutdown drags on.
Looking at what all these families are going through and the difficulty they're seeing with the SNAP benefits on pause, they're just trying to provide for their families and put warm food on the table.
Norman Othello's Italian restaurant started giving away free meals last month to struggling families, reaching out to other local businesses to partner up and give back to the community. This Saturday, Othello's is partnering with Switzer's Locker Room to give away 100 large pizzas.
They are very charitable people, and I think it's absolutely wonderful to giving out the free pizzas.
And while free pizzas have already been claimed,
If someone calls and is really in need, we're definitely not going to turn anyone away, and we'll find something that we can give them, whether it's spaghetti and meatballs or a baked ziti for their family.
whenever the shutdown ends, Othello says they will keep helping the community.
The Norman community is small and mighty, and they've always been there for us. Through COVID, they supported us, so we will always do what we can to give back to the community.
It's almost like a family here, and we just love it here. And we love the fact that Jen and Andy support the community. You know, it's a great thing.
Reporting in Norman, I'm Julia Roberts, OU Nightly.
Othello shares updates on its food giveaways on the restaurant's Facebook page. If you'd like to support, you can call the restaurant or reach out on social media.
Well, Colson, we have had a warm week this week. It has been kind of hot for November, but Dylan, we've been talking about a little bit of a taste of winter this weekend. What can you tell us?
Yeah, those warmer temperatures, they've been nice for the past couple of days, and it's going to stick around for Saturday as well. But the main story we're going to be watching for is a cold front that's going to drop those temperatures down into the 40s and low 50s for us here this weekend. And it's going to be something to watch for, because that cold front moving in could be bringing in some freezing temperatures, especially in the early morning hours. So we'll have all of that and more. Talk about the freezing temperatures and how the wind could play a factor in that as well.
And thanks, Dylan. Coming up, a country across the pond is banning social media for some residents. Find out which country next.
And the Supreme Court is discussing an appeal to overturn a 10-year-old ruling. Next on OU Nightly. The Supreme Court is set to weigh in on same-sex marriage. Oliver Schaefer has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
The Supreme Court will meet behind closed doors Friday to consider an appeal to overturn same-sex marriage. The appeal comes from a former Kentucky county clerk that refused to issue same-sex marriage license. The court could announce as soon as Monday what it will do with the case. Today, Denmark's government announced an agreement to ban access to social media for anyone under 15. The move would allow for some parents to give their children access from the age of 13. Many tech platforms already restrict preteens from signing up, but officials and experts say such restrictions don't always work. And fast food chain Wendy's is planning to close hundreds of stores just a year after closing 140 locations. Colson, Darby.
Thanks, Oliver. And coming up, the results are in for OU's new Student Government Association President and Vice President,
who won the race and their goals as leaders. Up next.
And freezing temperatures are on the way. I'll have all of that and more after the break. This cam from the National Weather Center looking off to our southwest. The traffic does seem to be moving pretty well out there, and the current temperature of about 73 degrees, so it's nice and warm out there this afternoon, and it has been for the last couple of days. And we're going to see the same thing across the metro right now. Temperatures in the low 70s, upper 60s for most of us here, even getting up to 78 down there in Ardmore, pushing 80 for our southern counties down near the Red River. We're going to be watching that though as we go throughout the rest of this weekend, as we see those cooler temperatures come in. But we are still in a drought with the low rain chances that we've had over the last couple of weeks, and that's going to continue as we go throughout next week as well. Not a lot of rain chances, so we are expecting those drought conditions to continue, if not even worsen, as we go throughout the rest of November. But here we're looking at our evening forecast. We're coming out of the 60s and into the 50s. The sun is setting just a little bit earlier nowadays with the fall, the time setting back. So we're going to be seeing those cooler temperatures a little bit earlier in the day, but we're warming right back up into the 70s tomorrow for most of us here, 70 there in Norman. But like I said, we are watching for the cooler weather that'll be coming in this weekend. Now, it's really going to be a tale of two seasons. We're seeing those warmer temperatures on Saturday, high of about 70 there, but where cold front is going to come in on Saturday and drop us way down into the 40s. You're going to see nearly a 20-degree temperature difference from Saturday into Sunday. And that is why we are are seeing a freeze watch that is effective for Sunday night and into Monday morning. So we are going to be seeing a lot of those counties out here in Oklahoma seeing some freezing temperatures, and you're going to be seeing the low temperatures, which is really what we're watching for on Sunday and Monday. Monday, we're seeing near to below freezing temperatures likely for Monday morning. Definitely something to be watching out for. You want to be moving those outdoor plants inside, or even cover them with some trash bags out there. And one of the main factors that's going to be playing a role in those cooler temperatures is going to be that cold front bringing in lots of gusty winds right here. You're going to see from Saturday after 12 p.m. those winds are going to really ramp up there, and they're really going to get going there on Sunday as well. But the warmer temperatures will come back. We're seeing by next week and into the week after well above average temperatures for your next 7 days. But like I said, that brief cool down for this weekend, that cold front coming in on Saturday, dropping us down into the low 50s, upper 40s, but those warmer temperatures, them 60s and 70s, will be returning by later next week.
Okay, so I mean, it is going to get a little chilly this weekend on Sunday, correct?
Sunday, definitely
Okay.
Monday morning as
So
well, yeah.
I'm going to plan on staying inside,
Yes.
watching my Sunday night football inside. And Colson, what about you?
Again, staying inside, keeping the sweater and sweatshirts on, and I'm just not a fan of the cold weather. So,
absolutely.
But even though winter season is kind of feeling like it's coming a little bit early, election season has started, and the votes are in for OU's new Student Government Association president and vice president. According to OU Daily and unofficial election results, Mercer Martin and Josephine Nicholson won the close race.
They won by 30 votes, which is 50.45%, just a little over the required amount to win. The pair ran on their platform Spirit, which overall promotes a stronger and more connected university.
Sooner football may not play this weekend, but that doesn't mean that Sooner sports get to rest. And we have all the latest updates.
Awesome. Stick around and find out what's happening in OU athletics in Big Friday sports after the break.
Welcome back and welcome to Big Friday Sports. I'm Elle Gedman, joined by Kevin Daniel. It's a bye week for the Sooners, and OU fans hope the Sooners are using this time to stay in sync.
Michael Thompson is live with how Brent Venables' team will be back better than ever. Michael?
Oklahoma is right on the bubble of the college football playoff, ranked at 12, and a huge win in Knoxville sets up a big game next weekend in Tuscaloosa. Now with 3 games to go and the Sooners controlling their own destiny, Brent Venables is not concerned with what the committee thinks of his team.
Be cool for me to have an opinion. I don't have an opinion. I really don't. All we're worried about is the next one, having a great bye week, getting better. The next week's going to be, this enormous challenge and everything that goes with that. So that's where my focus is. I don't control any of the other things, other than what we can do on our end. Never would have thought that, in the past, but I think everybody, player, coach, everybody, you don't feel like it prolongs the season. You feel like it comes at the right time, so you can kind of regroup. And again, just everything I just said, you can really take an opportunity to focus on the things to improve your football team so that you can play your best football here in November.
The second bye week did come at the right time last season as the Sooners upset the Crimson Tide. Venables is 4-1 following a bye week during his career head coaching at OU. So we'll see if history can repeat itself next weekend at 2:30. Reporting live outside Owen Field, Michael Thompson, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Michael. Even though the Sooners will be staying home this weekend, the world of college football keeps moving. Top 2 teams in the Big 12 face-off as BYU and College Game Day travel to Lubbock to take on Texas Tech. And then in the SEC, we get a ranked battle as Missouri hosts Texas A&M. Number 10 Notre Dame is going to host a rivalry game against Navy as well.
Sooner fans are on the edge of their seat waiting for next week's Bama game, but there's still plenty of football to watch in the state of Oklahoma. Let's see what's happening under this week's Friday Night Lights in the Huddle with Hunter.
It's the final week of Thursday Night Lights in Oklahoma as teams across the state look to finalize playoff seeding. We head to Little Axe this week as Indians host the one-loss Marlowe Outlaws in a 2A District 2 showdown. Marlowe, after fumbling on the first play of the game, back on offense. It's Oklahoma State baseball commit Hudson Morgan taking the handoff, go all the way to the end zone for a quick strike touchdown. Outlaws back on defense here. A few plays later, they're just trying to Little Axe is trying to respond, and quarterback Loudon Gregory scrambles to his right to find a wide open receiver, but he's picked off. Defensive back Major Fleetwood, who's going to go untouched all the way to the end zone. Marlow leads 14-zip. Still in the first quarter, Hudson Morgan takes the handoff once again. He has a wide open path thanks to his offensive line. Outlaws up by 21. This one's just about over. Still in the first half, guess who? Hudson Morgan, rinse and repeat. His third touchdown of the first half. Marlow gets their 8th win and their 6th shutout win of the season, 42-0 over Little Axe. And that's not all for high school football today. While most teams in the state are vying for a state championship in Edmond, I caught up with one team in Oklahoma City eyeing a national championship in Florida. Here's the story of the Oklahoma City Patriots. Friday Night Lights unites high schools and communities, bringing school spirit out each game day. But for a non-traditional high school, this could look a lot different. Founded in 2002, the Oklahoma City Patriots give homeschool kids and traditional students without athletic programs an opportunity to play high school football.
There's a lot of unity when you go to school with somebody and you eat lunch with them and you're there all the time. These guys, they come from all over the place. They don't have the interaction outside of football that you normally would have.
Senior running back and linebacker Blaze Eyrig has been with the Patriots since middle school and believes there's some misconceptions about the quality of play in homeschool football.
There's just a stereotype out there of like, people think of homeschoolers, they just think of like unathletic, kind of nerdy guys, but you know, we got some dogs over here in homeschool football too.
Head coach Steve Hawley wants to not only coach great players, but he wants to build even better people off the field.
I just love being out here with all these guys. That's why I coach, is the opportunity to be on the field with these young men and help them as they grow in life. And it's not just about football. We're much more than that.
Despite a 1-3 start, senior wideout Maddox Eastling has his eyes set on the postseason tournament in Panama City.
I want to win a championship in Florida this year. I want to go out, go undefeated the rest of the season, go to Florida, and win a bowl game.
While the Patriots all come from different, unique paths, they're united as one on the gridiron. Reporting from Oklahoma City, Hunter Cornejo, OU Nightly. And the Patriots are back in action tonight with their annual rivalry game against Tulsa Noah at 7:30. The Patriots will head to Panama City Beach, Florida in a couple of weeks for the National Homeschool Football Tournament on November 19th. Now on to the Sooners. Brent Venables received more good news on the recruiting trail, gaining a commitment from 3-star 2027 California running back Jackson Stokes, and 4-star wide receiver Jasir Rogers told Rivals that he has shut down his recruitment after he recently flipped to OU from Penn State. Kevin, take us to the pros.
Thanks, Hunter. Let's talk pro ball. The Pats head to Tampa Bay to face Sooner legend himself, Baker Mayfield, and his Buccaneers, whereas Mark Andrews and the Ravens will face the Vikings to see who really has the purple rain.
That sounds like a lot of offense. How about we show some love to the defense? Billy Bowman's Falcons fly to Indianapolis to take on the Colts, and his former Sooner teammate Danny Stutzman and the Saints will enter the Carolina Panthers jungle.
Don't go anywhere. The Thunder prepare to go up against a familiar face.
And now Sooner Hoops will be spending their weekend on the West Coast, next on Big Friday Sports.
Welcome back to Big Friday Sports. Thanks for sticking around. Kevin, the NBA and college basketball seasons are still young.
That's right, and at 8-1, the Oklahoma City Thunder have been making plenty of noise in Loud City. They started off lightning hot at 8-0, losing their first game to the Trailblazers on Wednesday, and they're currently averaging 122 points per game.
Yeah, no kidding. Does the name Russell Westbrook ring a bell to you, Kevin? Well, he will be hosting his former OKC team in Sacramento tonight. Can the Thunder show the Kings who really wears the crown? Find out tonight. Tip-off is at 9 o'clock. Now let's talk OU DNA in the NBA. Buddy Hield and the Warriors are gold mining in Denver tonight against the Nuggets, and Jeremiah Fears flies with the Pelicans to San Antonio tomorrow to face the Spurs. Meanwhile, the Lakers and the Hawks face off tomorrow night. Austin Reeves is expected to return, but Trae Young is out for the foreseeable future.
Coming off a regular season opener win over St. Francis, OU men's basketball travels to Washington to face number 21 Gonzaga in the Kennel. But since you mentioned Jeremiah Fearsell, he had a few special guests for the Pelicans' trip back to the 405, which Porter Moser described as a must-see event.
You know, in all honesty, there's certain events where I'm like, all right, guys, we got to go to this. And that was not one of them. they were all excited to be there, and they waited around a long time. I got there early before I got to talk to them, and it's awesome. One, that they saw a path, and then they loved the way Fears was. I mean, he was just so not entitled, such a great teammate, and just what we're about, and it was really cool to see that.
6th ranked OU women's basketball is coming off of a win against Belmont, but on Monday they'll face some bigger Bruins. Jenny Baranchuk's squad heads to La La Land to face number 3 UCLA and knows who she can count on.
Our leaders are going to have to know that they have to play really well every game. That's going to be something that's going to be a little bit of an adjustment. We've had a lot of people that they haven't played really high minutes. Sahara's one of them. Peyton's one of them. They've played selectively high minutes. Reagan's one. But they don't get a day off.
Yeah, moving from three-pointers to home runs, Sooner softball finished up their final Battle Series scrimmage on Thursday. It's their last action until the regular season starts. But to Ella Parker, this team has made great leaps since the spring.
I'm just really excited to see where we are in the spring. I think the fall we made very big progress. I think just first day out we were already connected, and I felt like we had that connection literally in the beginning. So I'm just really excited to see us in the spring.
Women's volleyball is coming off of a Sooner sweep tonight. It's a battle of the Crimson as they face Bama, and an extra sentimental night for the Sooner seniors.
It's big. I mean, senior night on Friday, so we want to celebrate our seniors and get a win. You know, Alabama's a good team. They've been to 5 with a lot of good teams in SEC, so we know they're going to be tough. But we want to win our last match at McCaslin before, you know, a tough road trip to Tennessee and Kentucky. But we're looking forward to Friday.
Sooner tennis competes in the ITA sectional championships this weekend. For the men, Asahi Harazaki and Bruno Navan make the trip to College Station to compete in the singles draw.
And for the Sooner ladies, Mika Buchnek and Eda Maimdamovich are rolling into day 2 for the doubles main draw in Lincoln, Nebraska. Thanks for watching Big Friday Sports. Hope you all get some rest this weekend before OU heads to Tuscaloosa. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night.